Okay, we're live. I'm just going to give it a go.
Works for me.
Welcome to DF Triple S. Get those phones out and let's win some money, baby.
Hello, everybody. We're back. We're better than ever. And we got football. It's amazing. It's what we've been waiting all off season for. It's finally here. And who better to join me than my partner in crime, Johnny the Greek. Johnny, how we doing, brother?
Surprisingly well. Only down 2 points here, going into the fourth. Not what I expected. Great shootout so far. Really excellent game. Nailed on my corner picks. So things are good. Life is good in general. How about you? How you been?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's great. This has been a wonderful game. Good to see Dak Prescott back out there looking good. Good to see CeeDee Lamb looking like a baller. These are two good teams. I feel confident that Dallas is going to be a good team this year. I think it's going to be them and the football team battling out for the top seed there in the East. But I mean, you have to like what you're seeing from Dallas tonight.
Yeah, I definitely do. The defense still looks a little suspect, but it looks better. I mean, there've been some turnovers, some good plays. The linebacker thing's weird, but this is DF Triple S, not IDP shenanigans. So we'll steer clear from that.
Yeah, but no, it is interesting. I mean, it looks like is Parsons getting? Has he been getting pulled some tonight?
It started as like they were shifting out every other series. It looked like, but since then it's corrected. It's been Parsons and Neal, but he hasn't done a whole lot. But he's been on the field, so that's good.
It's weird seeing these guys with different numbers, like Fournette being number 7, Diggs is number 7 now. Is Jalen Smith number 9?
Yeah, it's got me all messed up. It's going to take me a minute to get used to it again. That's for sure.
It is hilarious though with the Bucks. I mean, the people that are performing for them tonight. Antonio Brown, 4 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown. Gronk, 5 catches for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just wild, really, really insane. They got like 3 or 4, no doubt Hall of Famers on that offense, and then defense. They're gonna likely have a handful by the time their careers are over on that side of the ball as well.
Yeah, man. Super talented team. Just to be able to hang in with those guys, I'm cool with that. I did not expect to be even close at this point.
Yep. So third quarter just ended. We are going to watch the rest of the game with the viewers out there. It looks like they are rolling in right now. We're up to looks like 200. So wow, it's just we're just crushing it. Johnny, we forgot to share it. That's why no one's watching this right now.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, it's going to be a podcast too, and
that's true.
Full disclosure, I don't give a shit about any of that. You know that. I don't care.
None of it matters. Everything is meaningless. Let's be real here. We just don't want to get canceled. That's really the main goal. We just don't want to get canceled. That is like we stopped doing the live stream with the big 3 because of that reason. We were like, we don't want to get canceled, man. We don't want to pull a Steffi Smalls here and get canceled or something. Although that seems to be not a big deal. That seems like everyone's just welcome to write back, which is that's great. That's really good. Bunch of simps out there. Really, I've also loved how simps has been like. Everyone's learned about simps, the term simps.
Oh man, I'm worried about my DeAndre Swift shares after today. Let me tell you, my friend. Jeez.
Man, out there murdering. You hate to see it. You hate when your guys do that. But sometimes that's just the lemons life gives you. You gotta just murder. You get backed into a corner. You gotta murder your way out of it. Yeah, that was
unexpected.
That's a story. That was a story that's floating around out there, folks. I don't know if you saw it was mainly Twitter. I think was where it was getting going. But apparently, DeAndre Swift was linked to a recent murder that happened sometime around July 4th. I don't know. Was it this year or last year, Johnny? Did you read?
I don't know. No actual sites are reporting in his news because it's not. It's bullshit. So
Sure. Well, people are out there tweeting it and running with it, and just out there engagement farming. And coming from someone like myself, an engagement farmer, I respect it. I really do. But let's just get into this thing. Let's go over these games. Let's go over these over-unders. What do you say?
yes, I love the top 4 this week. This one way over already, but yes, sorry, go ahead.
Let's get it.
Over-unders.
All right, over-unders. I've just pretty much put them in order from highest to lowest. So let's start out with the Cleveland Browns at the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a fun game. This thing has moved up. I believe it opened up at like 52.5. Now it's 54.5. Kansas City is favored by 5.5. That is a fun game.
It is. It was 53-5 when I looked at it, and I have Denzel Ward everywhere that needs corners, and Trayvon Diggs and Carlton Davis, so I'm sitting pretty. But love this game. The Browns got better. Casey, I don't know if they did. I don't think they did.
Yeah,
Not that
no, I'm
much.
with you. I mean, their offensive line got better, but their defense is worse, I think. I mean, the offense they didn't really improve much. I mean, I guess the one thing is you can hope maybe CEH is healthy and a bigger part of the offense. But I mean, they're still just kind of rolling it back with the same crew. But again, that line is improved. But it's a bad defense. And the Browns, you got to like what they've done this offseason, adding the D. Odell Beckham's back.
Big Dub Premium, number 2 overall pick. Odell Beckham Jr. is back. Exciting new format. By the way.
Yeah, what's the let's do a quick rundown of the top 4. I mean, there's 4, right?
Yeah. So it's Lamar,
Sure.
Odell. I think it was DeAndre Hopkins and then Myles Garrett. So we finally have our first IDP in Big Dumb Premium as well.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge, man.
Yeah.
It's that Big Dump Premium. It's sweeping the nation. It's all the rave. You'll hear about it if you haven't. Just stay tuned. Next game, it's this game. It was Cowboys at the Bucks. We don't have to spend too much time on it since we're watching it. But over/under was 52.5. So good job, Vegas. Line was Tampa Bay favored by 9.5. So
Ooh.
we'll see. We'll see.
we'll see.
I mean, there's still a chance that Tom can do his thing here in the 4th and go up by a score or 2. Mike Evans been very quiet tonight. Just caught a ball there. That's why I was reminded of Mike Evans.
Very quiet. Yeah.
And he looks like he's a little dinged up. So love to see that, Big Mike. All right. Next game, Arizona Cardinals at the Tennessee Titans. Just down the road from me. I thought about maybe going to this game. I had a chance to get some tickets.
You should.
But it'd be a fun one.
This is a game right here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Over under 52.5. Tennessee is favored by 3. So Vegas is pretty much telling you they don't know what to think of that matchup. Yep. But Rondell Moore's green look like for Arizona. How do they use those running backs? You got James Conner there now. Apparently, Benjamin looked pretty decent in training camp. And then, of course, the defense, man. We are pumped about seeing Zaven Collins, J.J. Watt, now a member of the Cardinals, and then Tennessee Titans. Shit, I mean Julio Jones. That is going to be him, Henry, A.J. Brown. Just those 3 dudes on the field. That's like some Monstars type stuff right there.
It is, man. That's such an exciting game. I've got a couple contests where I've got Tannehill, Superflex contests with Tannehill and Kyler going. The price is right on Tannehill this week, and also Jalen Hurts and Matt Ryan. Well, I'm sure that one's not too much further down this list as well.
Yep, exactly. Let's keep moving down the list. Baltimore Ravens at the Las Vegas Raiders. Over under 50.5. Line, Baltimore is favored by 4.5. Baltimore just running back situation, awful brutal this year, man. Just hate to see it.
Yeah, full disclosure, don't give a shit about that. I mean, Dobbins, yes. Yeah, that hurt. But the rest, I don't care. Marcus Peters, though, that hurts.
That does hurt.
That hurts.
He's very much a big play cornerback, but man, he makes them. He makes the big plays every single year. But yeah, I'm pretty bummed out about Gus Edwards. I had him in quite a few spots. But, can't be too upset because, again, he was just reaping the benefit of JK going down. So, that's how that stuff works. Seems like they are going to bring in Latavius Murray, I think I saw, before I came over here. So he's going to be a huge value for you out there on the waiver wires, likely. I mean, he couldn't have landed in a better spot, Latavius. I mean, truly, getting cut from the Saints was a pretty good thing for him.
Right, and didn't they got Lev Bell and Freeman, I think, too, Devonta Freeman.
Right.
They got a bunch of dudes there that could really blow up in that system. So
yeah. 2018, our mouth is watering.
Yeah.
All right, so another fun game. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what Jameis does. Green Bay Packers at the New Orleans Saints. Over under 49.5. Green Bay's favored by 3.5, and you have to remember this game is not actually in New Orleans because of the hurricane and everything, right? I believe that's the case, Johnny.
Yeah, Jacksonville. So we're good. We're good on weather. It's September Florida weather, so we're okay. Saints are down, possibly Lattimore and likely Ken Crowley as well. So the corners are already toast. Devontae this week. If we can we can fit him and Cookin somehow in some of these places. Oh my God.
We'll be able to do it. We'll just watch us. But yeah, I saw where they also traded for Bradley Roby today. Yeah. He's a solid coin. He'll fit in well there. He's always been pretty good for IDP. But he's someone that they actually need now. So you'll be seeing a lot of that. I think you'll be seeing a lot of teams just plucking little guys here and there off of that Texans team because that team is a total dumpster fire. Yeah,
they're mailing it in. Yep.
All right. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. Over under 48.5. Buffalo is favored by 6.5. This is a great game.
Yeah. A repeat of last year's first of many nails in the coffin for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who no one likes. And are a national embarrassment. Hopefully that happens again.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna. I mean, I think they will. I think the Bills handle them pretty easily. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens with Najee Harris.
That he's got a great price this week. Great price over in FanDuel anyway. I don't know about DraftKings, but he's 6,500. That's nothing for what he could be.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you gotta think of him like as a top 6 or 7 option. That's kind of where he was going in drafts, it seemed. So, and especially with all the injuries now, that's just running back is already just so thin. But Seahawks at the Indianapolis Colts. Over under 48.5. Seattle's favored by 3.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that one, man. It could go either way. I feel like it's going to be a defensive struggle. I don't know how much of that I want. Maybe DK, maybe Taylor, but beyond that, I'm probably good.
Yeah, what does Wentz look like? That's a big question.
Yep.
Don't really want to invest much in that offense outside of Taylor, at least not yet. I need to. Yeah. We got to see how Wentz looks, but. Yeah, that'll be a good game. That's a tough opening game for the Colts. Have a really tough opening schedule. But anyway, moving on. Philadelphia Eagles at the Atlanta Falcons. Over under 48.5. Atlanta is favored by 3.
I love this one.
For Jalen Hurts, I guess.
Yeah, for many reasons. It's inside. It's 2 crappy pass defenses. I think the Falcons were like 30th or 31st or 32nd last year. They didn't get any better. Richie Grant's not the answer. The Eagles defense is crap. Like, this is going to be a back and forth affair. Hurts costs nothing. Ryan costs nothing. This could be excellent.
Yeah, Atlanta's pretty bad. The only thing that I think you can get much hope of from the Falcons is Kyle Pitts. That's really the only thing they had to look forward to this year, it seems. They're a bad football team. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. But yeah, they'll be able to put up points. I mean, Calvin Ridley will be money. Kyle Pitts, he'll be interesting. He's pretty fairly priced, as we'll get to. But yeah, you're right. That'll be a shootout. Quez Watkins could be a really nice play this week. Someone that's been tearing it up, has huge big play potential. And I think he's super cheap. But next game, Minnesota Vikings at the Cincinnati Bengals. Over under 47.5. Minnesota is favored by 3 here.
Yeah, this smells like bloodbath. Dalvin Cook, 200-yard, 4-touchdown game.
Yeah, I think so too, man. It's a shame that we've lost Irv Smith, but Tyler Conklin will be just fine. And even, Chris Herndon, we'll see how much he's used. But that Minnesota offense is really good. I mean, they're solid at pretty much every spot. But yeah, this feels like a huge Dalvin game, especially with how terrible that the Cincinnati defense is.
Yeah, run defense terrible last year. Yep.
Chicago Bears at the LA Rams. Have the Bears come out and said that Andy Dalton is the starter?
I have not seen otherwise. Yes.
Alrighty. Well, over under is 47.5. The Rams are favored by 7.5.
Yeah, the Rams are going to get 36.5 of that 47.5, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. They're going to be fun to watch. We'll see what the defense looks like. Last year the defense was awesome, but obviously the Staley has gone to the Chargers. They brought over who was it? Raheem, whatever. Morris, I think. Yeah, Raheem Morris. So we'll see. The defense will probably be a little different. I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't just copy and paste it as it was last year. But that offense is going to be fun and one of the better offenses in the league.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it very much, yes. Okay,
speaking of, not fun offenses, Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. Over under 45.5. Jacksonville is favored by 3.
I do want James Robinson and FanDuel out of this. He's 5,900, and I don't care if it's chalk. It's 5,900 for a 100-yard running back minimum this week.
Yeah, that's a good call. Obviously, I think Laviska Shenault's a great play. Marvin Jones he's well priced. He's someone that I like this week a lot, and probably every week. But Texans, is there going to be? I mean, what? You're not starting any Texans, right?
No, it's Tyrod. So Cooks cost nothing, but Tyrod maxes out at like 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick, no matter where he is.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. You can definitely do better, folks. Okay, this is a really fun game. The Los Angeles Chargers at the Washington Football Team. Over under 44.5. Washington is favored by 1.5.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a great game. The Eckler thing we got to keep an eye on. I yoinked him out of all my lineups in DFS today just because I don't want to mess with it. I don't need to. Right? I went with like Mostert and Robinson and other cheaply priced guys that'll do just as well. I don't need to play that game.
Yeah, agreed. No sense in doing dumb stuff like that week 1. I mean, play with the guys that you know for sure are going to get the snaps and playing time. Next game, San Francisco at the Detroit Lions. Over under 44.5. Line, San Fran is favored by 7.5. Total bummer we don't get Trey Lance, but I imagine that'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, and as tempting as Jimmy G is against this really terrible overall defense, pass defense, whatever. I think they don't need Jimmy G this week. They can run and play defense and still win by 30, 40 points and, have the ball for 37 minutes and be fine.
Yeah, Detroit. Poor Detroit. They're bad. They're one of the other worst. It's them and the Texans. They're the two worst teams by far.
Yeah.
Okay, the Jets at the Carolina Panthers, over under 44.5. Carolina is favored by 4.5.
Yeah, this could be a fun one. Sneaky Carolina DST if we need it. They're cheaply priced, and it's a rookie. I don't care who he is. If he's the second coming of Christ, he's a rookie. And there are decent players on that Carolina defense. And DJ Moore costs nothing this week. We should definitely look at that.
Wow. Yes, I love that Carolina defense, man. We expect Brian Burns to take another step. He's already like a top 5 or 6 edge rusher for you in the NFL. I love them drafting J.C. Horn.
Yeah.
I think he's one of my favorite corners out of this class. I think he'll be huge for that defense. But they're just a good team. Jeremy Chin entering a second year. Gross Matos, second year. Malcolm Brown, his second year. They're a fun young team. So yeah, I like them. And then if they get anything out of Darnold, they could you never know. They could be frisky. They could mess around and maybe win 9 or 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I don't know, Adam.
No, I'm good with it. Yeah.
All right, next game, Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Over under 43.5. Line is New England by 3.
Yeah, the only things I've been taken out of here so far is DSTs. Either, I don't care. Give me one of them or the other, because Tua didn't really impress last year. I don't see, he's not going to make a giant leap, I don't think, with some off-season stuff. And it's Mac Jones. I mean, yes, he's good. He's going to be the future of that team, but he's still a rookie. And, the Herbert rookie years are the outlier, not the norm. So.
Yeah. But man, he's really down there as far as pricing goes. He's like 4,400, I think I saw.
Jesus.
Look pretty sharp. I mean, that's a pretty good team. You got to figure they're going to have a good game plan for him. That New England defense you were mentioning for, leagues where you have DST in them. I've been getting them pretty much in all leagues because that defense is, I don't think anyone invested more in their defense than the Patriots did this last year. Whether it be via free agency or the draft. So, I like them a lot. I think they'll be one of the better units in the league again this year. And we did our prediction episode a few weeks ago on the IDP show, and I have the Pats making the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I could see it. Belichick can make it happen. Sure.
Okay, final game. Denver Broncos at the New York Giants, over under 41.5. Denver is favored by 3. Speaking of good defenses, I like both these defenses.
Yeah, I'd be fine with either of these two. I don't think this is like a 40-41 game. This is clearly a lower scoring defensive struggle with lots of turnovers and shenanigans. Two god awful shitty quarterbacks. So
yes.
Yeah.
two offenses being held back severely by their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Because, seriously, both of them are pretty good units. We thought all offseason maybe Aaron Rodgers could go to the Broncos.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah.
Damn. Rip Jerry Jeudy. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, what a waste of Sutton, Jeudy, and Fant, right? I
man.
I love Bridgewater as a guy. He's a great, dude, but he's not on any of my fantasy teams.
Yeah, he's not good. Okay, so let's move on to our first lineup of the week, our DraftKings lineup.
DraftKings.
Okay, so we entered in a $5 Millie Maker contest. Typically what we do, just to kind of go through our process, we look for the tournaments where, you can only put in single entries, or like a max of 3, right? We don't take Conley to optimizers.
Yeah, we don't take kindly.
So that's typically what we're looking for. This one, we're just, whatever, $5. We want to do the Millie Maker. We are dealing with a lot of optimizers, but that's okay. It's for the show, guys.
Yeah, and we always try and do at least 1 or 2 million makers on our own too, because if we ever hit it, we can just quit all this shit, double birds to everyone, and say what we really think instead of filtering everything.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do better about filtering everything. So, as you've listened to the intro of this show, you know that. So, okay, so let's get this bad boy pulled up. I'm gonna get us off the screen so I can see this a little better, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Bear with us, folks.
It's been a whole off season since we've done this.
This is very tough. We don't have a preseason for podcasting, guys. We just kind of just go straight into it. So, who's the real heroes?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to leave us on the screen, Johnny. I'm not going to mess with anything. I don't want to mess anything up. We're just staying there. I can see it fine. All right, so quarterback, top dog, Patrick Mahomes, 8,100. Buddy's at Cleveland. We've talked about that's a much improved defense. When they played in the playoffs, Mahomes didn't really have his way with them. So I'm probably not spinning up this week, especially when, there's some great options down low. Anyone you like here up top, Johnny? We got Kyler Murray at 76.
Yeah, I have spent up for Kyler in a few places, but that's it. That's the only place I'm spending up this week.
Yeah,
that's quarterback.
Yeah, my notes here, I have I like Kyler Murray at 76. I like Aaron Rodgers at 6,800, especially with how banged up that New Orleans secondary is.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll get down to some more of these. Ryan Tannehill, 6,500.
Yes.
Justin Herbert. I mean, maybe people don't realize how good Washington football team defense is. Maybe they want to roll with Herbert. I would not do that. That's a very tough matchup. Jalen Hurts, 6,400. You say you have a lot of Hurts this week?
I do. I don't want to, just keep doing the same thing. But if that's what you're feeling, I would not, because my thought process is, so Ryan, I think, is actually even cheaper than all these guys, and he'll have some good points this week too. But with Hurts, you get the rushing floor too, and that's the thing about Rodgers. I would be all up in Rodgers shit this week, but you don't get that rushing floor.
Right. Okay, so some other notables. Kirk Cousins, he's 6,300. I mean, it is a good matchup, but again, we think it's going to be a Dalvin Cook week. Trevor Lawrence, 6,200. He's got the great matchup at Houston.
Yeah, if there ever was a time.
Yeah, right. He'll get Houston twice a year, so this is one of those weeks. Big Ben, he's 6,100. There's your boy Matt Ryan, 6,000. And he's got the beautiful matchup against Philly. I wouldn't think he'd be very highly owned either. Most people hate Matt Ryan. He hasn't really been very consistent for people's fantasy teams the last few years.
I'd consider Jameis too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Jameis, he is down here at 5,200. That is very nice. Fitzmagic, he's 5,500.
That's a nice one this week too. The Chargers, yes, they had the 7th best pass defense last year, but they're susceptible. Things happen.
Yeah, and I like what Washington has done. That adding De'Ami Brown, someone I think.
Yeah.
Man, he was going in the 3rd round. That's going to be like in my opinion, like the Terry McLaurin, Deontay Johnson of the last few years. Those guys that were just going in the mid rounds or for no reason. But yeah, I like Fitzmagic this week. Darnold, the revenge game against the Jets, he's 5,000. Then same game, Zach Wilson, he's also 5,000. I mean, he looked great in the preseason. He doesn't have terrible weapons. I mean, I really like Elijah Moore a lot. Corey Davis looked really good. That's a decent team, I think. I mean, they're gonna get plenty of chances to be out there on the field, I think. I had pour one out for Trey Lance, 4,500. That would have been a no-brainer had he been named the starter, but unfortunately that did not come true. Here's someone I'm interested in, though. You talked about it earlier, that Miami-New England matchup. Mac Jones, 4,400 this week. I mean, that is just some amazing savings at the quarterback position. And you could fit someone like Dalvin Cook and Devontae Adams into the lineup.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. You got to do crazy things to win these big guys. And we pulled that a couple of times last year with HCL there, and he came through for us.
That's right.
Yeah,
that is right, man. Shout out Drew Lock. We hope you get that job back, man, so we can shout you out more.
Yeah, man. Whatever you want to do. I'm open to suggestions on this one.
Yes. I guess we should mention some other ones. 5,500. Jimmy G. I mean, check down King, but I mean he could get 2 or 3 touchdowns pretty easily, I would imagine. Baker Mayfield 5,900. Against Kansas City, they're gonna have to put up points, obviously, to hang with them. So. Baker Mayfield's not a bad option this week either. How are you feeling about Joe Burrow? Are you worried at all about Joe Burrow?
I think if we're going to do it, this is a good week to do it. Minnesota, not the most, intimidating. Yeah, they got Hunter back, but their corners are still Swiss cheese. I'd be fine with that. If we're doing it, 5,700 is the place to do it. This matchup's the place to do it.
Nah, I'm not really crazy about it. I was just asking in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jameis Winston, that seems like a good one.
Yeah, I would think that's the most upside.
Darnold, the revenge game. Teddy Bridgewater, 4,800. Johnny.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so let's go with Jameis.
Yeah, F it. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Do we want to save on some DSTTE and then we'll head on?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's what we typically like to do. We like to get the quarterback first. We always like to kind of save money if we can. And then we go over to DST and we scroll all the way to the bottom and try and save money there too. So our lowest option this week, the Bengals, 2,000, which is not they're not a good defense, but they do have some playmakers, and it is Kirk Cousins who he'll do, 5 to 10 dumb things a game. And so sometimes that's all you're looking for when you're down here. You're just looking for a big play, right? And they got some really good guys back there in the secondary. Jesse Bates could crib one easily. Logan Wilson had a knack for making some big plays. So, they have that potential. And they're 2,000.
Yeah, I would go Colts here. That's the first one that strikes me fancy. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Colts at 2,300. They're not someone that you would think would be down here just because that's a good defense.
No. Yeah, it is a good defense.
And Seattle can do dumb stuff, right? They
can 100%.
They can just put up stinker. We've seen this, for Russell Wilson's whole career. It's not his fault, per se. But they're we could easily see that being looking up, and it's 6-9, right? In the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or maybe 9/11. Never forget. You never know.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I would think. If we want to save, that's where I would go. What else do we got though? Good deals this week. Anything?
So you could go. No, there's really not much. You could go the Texans. They are playing Jacksonville. They got a rookie, but I would not recommend. The Falcons, they got Deion Jones. They could have a few things happen. But yeah, I mean, I think the best options down low would be the Colts, the Bengals. I don't even mind the Bills really. I really like the Bills defense this year. They're 2,500. I like the Bills to take another step. Big Ben can throw some interceptions. You know, they're going to be slinging it. They're a hit or miss team as well. So those are your best options, I think. Bills, tight ones, Bengals. That's the three I'd go with.
Yeah, let's go Bills. They're at home. And they're on a mission this year. Get the first down. Oh my God, CeeDee Lamb, you're so good. You're so good. Sorry.
No, he is good. He's great.
Yes. Yeah, let's just go Bills. Let's not overthink it. There we go.
Okay, so we got Jameis Winston at 5,200. We got the Bills at 2,500. Again, that's the Bills is they're one of those defenses that I think is entered the top 5. So yeah, that's a great price. They're also, like we mentioned, the Colts. They're a great price at 2,300 for what they are as a defense. All right, so let's go up to, what do you want to do? Running back?
You want to grab a tight end? See if we can save there.
Sure. Let's look at some of these tight end values.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's the same thing in FanDuel. Kelsey is way thousands more than anyone else. Plural.
Yeah, right. Kelsey is 8,300 this week. Next closest is George Kittle at 6,300. So that's what we call a tier, folks.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. Kelsey is that guy. They didn't do much to upgrade the offense, so he is going to be need to be that guy again. So yeah, 8,300. It's never a bad idea to spend up for Kelsey and just not worry about that. But there are some nice values. Some of my favorites that I'd listed here. I don't mind Kittle. I mean, 6,300 against Detroit. That's pretty nice. You just have to worry about there potentially being a blowout. But I think Jimmy G, that's probably a good thing for Kittle. They seem to have really good chemistry. TJ Hawkinson, he's 4,900. They're going to be having to hang with San Fran, so they're going to be throwing a lot. I really like him. Logan Thomas, another nice play, 4,600 this week.
Yeah, I like that.
Kyle Pitts, 4,400. We mentioned liking Matt Ryan. If you like Matt Ryan, I think you got to like Pitts and Calvin Ridley. 4,400. That's really nice. That could be as low as he is all year. Robert Tonyan, Green Bay at New Orleans. He's 4,200. Their last matchup, he had 5 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's the one I've had the most so far. He's really well priced everywhere this week.
Yeah. Jonnu Smith, 4,100. I love Jonnu Smith. I think that, he's going to be maybe their 1A, 1B. I think it'll be like him and Jacoby Myers, but I think they're going to really utilize Jonnu Smith a lot. So I like him down there at 4,100. Austin Hooper, another guy that, it's just the matchup, really. They're playing Kansas City. You got to figure that Hooper is going to be heavily involved, as well as the rest of the passing offense. Gerald Everett, 3,400 this week. I love that.
Ooh. Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Anthony Ferkser, he's 3,200. Another decent play. That Arizona game is going to be high scoring. It's one of the top over-unders. So he's an option for us. And then 3 more I'll hit here. Tyler Conklin. I referenced earlier, Irv Smith is done for the year. So Conklin, I think, is a great play this week. He's 2,900. Dan Arnold, he's 2,600. He plays for Carolina. I don't know if people may not know that, but he's really their only tight end. They got Ian Thomas, but he's never going to be a thing. I'm afraid. So 2,600. If you're looking to save some money, Dan Arnold, nice play. Also, Pat Freiermuth. I don't know how to say his last name.
Oh yeah, the Steelers guy. Yeah,
he's 2,500. But he caught 2 touchdowns in his 3rd preseason game. So he He's already been getting some red zone looks from Big Ben. He could be a nice play. I mean, that's gonna be a shootout, we think. But those are my favorite tight end plays this week. Did anyone that I mentioned in there stand out to you, Johnny?
I liked the Everett one. I think that's a good mix of price and good chance at a nice game too. Yeah.
Yep. I like Everett a lot this year. I've been snagging him as, if I'm punting position, he's definitely going to be one of my targets in the later rounds. So I have no issue playing him this week. So we are saving some money, folks. We got Jameis Winston, 5,200, Gerald Everett, 3,400, and the Bills defense for 2,500. So let's go spend some money, dog.
Yeah.
All right. So big boy of the week is CMC, per usual. He is 9,500. Dalvin Cook is 9,100. Both of them have great matchups. CMC's playing against the Jets. Dalvin Cook is playing against Cincinnati. Also, dude, Alvin Kamara. He is 8,600 this week. We already have Jameis. That could be pretty nice.
Yeah, that definitely could be. That might be something we could fit into the flex, maybe, or do we just want to put them there? Oh, you know what? We need more options in the flex, so that's not a bad idea.
Also, I know this was last year, but last year week 3 against Green Bay, AK put up 47.7 points. He had 58 rushing yards, and he caught 13 of his 14 targets for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. So LOL there. And they're going to have to hang in the game. They're going to have to try to hang in the game, and that's going to equal a lot of passes to Alvin Kamara. I think Alvin Kamara owners were, managers. Please don't cancel me, guys. I think a lot of them were very happy to see Jameis Winston get named a starter because Hill just really wasn't great for his value last year.
That was good news for sure.
So I really love that. Jonathan Taylor's right underneath him for 8,000. What do you think? Who do we want out of that top 5 right there?
Cook's too much. McCaffrey's way too much, especially over here, because the pricing's weird over here in DK land. If you buy one pricey guy, you're toast for everything else. I could go AK. That's a nice mix of price and production. And then, for other guys, there's Carson, Gibson, Mostert are all 59, 59, 58. So we could offset some of that for the second running back.
And also, I don't mind if we're down in the 6,000s. I don't mind Miles Sanders. He's been hated on a lot this year, but that matchup is great. Against Atlanta, the team's terrible.
Yeah,
could easily see him. I could easily see him balling. So I like him. James Robinson, like you mentioned, Najee Harris is 6,300.
Oh my God, he made it. He made the kick.
Oh boy, we got some drama tonight, y'all.
Oh wow. Okay. Sorry, derailed. What are we looking at?
Well, it's okay. We're at the so it's 1 minute and 30 seconds pretty much to go.
One timeout.
One timeout for Tampa Bay. Dallas just went up 1. We got some drama, folks. This is what it's all about right here.
Jesus.
They can't script it better than this, Johnny.
Wow.
And then you're here with us. It's just what a night for the fans.
I love it. So where was Sanders? Oh, 65. We could still save on that. I'd rather go Gibson or Mostert. You know what I mean? Like,
no
Detroit?
concern with Trey Sermon though.
No, not at all. It's Shanahan. He's they'll all have 100 yards and a touchdown.
But dude, Trey Sermon's 45. He's 4,500.
Do we want to do that? I like that.
Yeah,
it's risky bad. Though.
It is risky. We don't know how he's going to be used. Yeah, that's very risky.
That's the only issue.
Also, Joe Mixon, he's nice. He's 6,200. That's not bad. There's
Yeah.
a lot of well priced guys in that 6,000 range. You like James Robinson? He's 64 over here.
Yeah. And Mike Davis is 54. That's not terrible either.
But man, I kind of do. I mean, if we're gonna do 50, if we're gonna spend 5,800 for Mostert, let's just do 59 for Gibson.
Yeah. I think Gibson. That's a nice price. Probably guaranteed some pretty good production there. I like that. What's his log look like?
Oh yeah, let's check out that big stinky log. Okay, very nice log last year. Well, it's not good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he kind of fizzled down the stretch, but he was also dealing with some injuries, I think.
Yeah, McKissick took over for a little while, I think. Yeah, it's a nice log before that.
But man, yeah, he was great up until about week
12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
40 points against Dallas in week 12.
I remember that. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, damn. Okay, so we got those are sexy running backs right there with Kamara and Gibson. Johnny, I think you're probably gonna get your heart broke here on the pod, aren't you?
I'm positive. Yeah. So that's fine. We hung in with the world champs. That is not what I expected. That's fine.
That's right. You hold your head up high, Johnny.
Yeah. All right. So on to wide receiver. We should probably start low, huh? And
yes, let's do that. There's also there's great values in wide receivers. So some of my favorite, Deontay Harris, 3,100. Lower than him, Quez Watkins, he's 3,000. Like I mentioned, he's got that just big playability that could be, if he connects with Hurts on a big one, that could win us the week. Jami Brown, a guy that I really like, and could see him being good right out of the gate. He's 3,000. Rondell Moore, he's 3,000.
ooh,
Someone that I think everyone's going to have, though, is Marquez Callaway. He's 3,400 this week, Johnny.
yeah, I do have
but
him elsewhere. Yep.
He's going to likely be matched up with Jair Alexander. So I don't know. He might not have the upside that we're looking for, but man, you can't be upset about the price. 3,400. That is great for someone that looks so good in the preseason.
That adds to our Jameis stack too.
That is true. We could do Alvin, Jameis, and then we could have Callaway. But also, I do love Deontay Harris this year. He's the guy that's going to probably be playing the slot. He's good. He's a fun player. I think that a lot of people are going to learn about him this year. So he's a sneaky play. Also, Marvin Jones. He's 3,600 at Houston. That's pretty nice. And maybe that's the play instead of, because we know everyone's going to have Callaway,
Right.
But we could fit both these guys in. We could load up. We could maybe fit Dalvin in the flex or something if we want to just get some of these cheap receivers who are really nicely priced down here. We could do it.
Yeah. So let's do 2 cheapies and see what that gives us.
Okay. All right. So we want to go Callaway.
Yep. Marquez. Yeah. Okay.
And then let's go. What about Marvin Jones?
Yeah.
Marvin Jones, who has looked like the go-to receiver. I mean, it's been him and Visca, and everyone knows that I'm a huge Visca stan. But Marvin Jones is he's been the value, and that's appears to be the case here on DraftKings. Laviska Shenault also, great price for him. He's 5,000 this week, so I'll certainly have Laviska in plenty of lineups. But when you're trying to save money, Marvin Jones, that's a nice value this week at 3,600.
Yeah, and that puts us at 87 for each for the last 2.
Baby.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're gonna do here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can spend up at wide receiver now. One big boy. Devontae Adams, he's 8,300.
Oh, that's a lock with the bullshit going on. And oh, really? We're not throwing a flag there?
Also,
Really?
Diggs is great this week. Diggs is 7,600. Calvin Ridley is another great play, 7,900. Hopkins, he's 7,800. Beautiful matchup at Tennessee.
Yeah, I think Adams is the no-brainer probably. Although
Yep.
Ridley would be fine for sure. Just with all the injuries going on there, I think Adams would probably be the guy.
Yeah. Adams was absolutely insane last year. Went over. God, he had 3 40-point games. He was in the 30s. Looks like 3 other times. Just a absolute cheat code last year. 133 catches for 1,500 yards and 20 touchdowns. Good God. That may be combining his playoffs though. So either way, absolute baller, Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a lock. And then that gives us 91, which is exactly enough for Dalvin Cook.
Oh, baby. That is perfection right there, folks.
Yeah, it's a sign from God, I think.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. Okay, so the lineup is good here. I'm totally happy with it. I don't think we need to let's not mess with it.
Yeah, let's just submit it.
Okay, so to recap, we have Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, Antonio Gibson, Marquez Callaway, Marvin Jones, Devontae Adams, Gerald Everett, Dalvin Cook, and the Bills defense. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's different enough that it gives us a really good chance, and there's enough upside that it could be really good. Yeah.
Okay. There's some really nice values though. Some other guys that I like that I'll just run through real fast. Russell Gage, 5,300 this week. Very nice. Laviska Shenault, 5,000. Corey Davis, 4,900. T. Higgins, 4,700. Devontae Smith, 4,500. Some of the like mid-tier guys. Deontay Johnson, 6,300 this week. I like all the Pittsburgh receivers. 6,200 for Juju, 5,600 for Claypool. Like you mentioned, DJ Moore, he was 6,100. That's a great value for him too. So, you can do a lot of different things at receiver. There's a lot of guys that I really like in that range. Really all over the no matter what you do, there's guys for you all over it.
Well, you're right. That was that.
Sorry, Johnny. You're a little ahead of me, but I'm guessing by your reaction that they just kicked a field goal to win.
Yeah, that's all right, man. We hung with the world champs down to the last 2 seconds. Like, I'm, displeased, but this is much better than I expected.
Yeah, man. You got to be thrilled with that. That's good stuff. You guys will be just fine. Like what I saw. Yeah,
man. And dude, this is year, oh God, how old am I now? 34 of watching football. Like, I can, categorize and rationalize. And I've seen plenty of Super Bowls and, a lot of people that haven't. Like, I was talking to Macri the other night. He's never even, seen the Browns in a Super Bowl.
Right.
So,
yep. I've never seen the Vikings, win a Super Bowl. They've when they had some appearances, I wasn't really following them at that point. So yeah, I mean, it's been nothing but misery for me as well. So oh well, I did a bad job picking teams. What can I say? It happens.
Yeah, no, you got to stay loyal. That's it. It is what it is. The good
That's
times,
right.
The bad times make the good times better. So,
amen. Yeah. Amen. Okay, so shall we move on to?
Yeah, I'll get the old share ski going here if you want to exit out.
Okay.
Want to do super flex first, then we'll do the fun stuff.
Yes, sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and start this beat up.
Yep.
FanDuel.
I'm sorry we're not, super profesh like some of the other pods in the feed, right? But we're fun. We're having fun. We're just here to have fun, guys. It's more of like a free flowing type show. We at first we were just gonna have it just be a live stream, but we decided whatever. We'll put it in the pod feed. But again, it's a little more laid back. I think the idea was we really want people to like join the live stream and leave comments and all that stuff. So look for more of that as the season wears on.
Yeah, and then we forget that people do that and don't check the comments until it's too late. So
that is true. No comments tonight, though. But
that's fine.
Yeah, again, we didn't send it out, guys. Everyone's watching the game. It's not a big deal, right? They like us. They like us fine.
How's my share? Can you see this okay?
Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay. All right, so we'll start with the Superflex. So we're going to do FanDuel Superflex because that's where the easy money is over here. We're in a 3 to 100 tournament. So yeah, we only got to beat, I think it's like 88 other people to get money. And Superflex, a lot of people don't know how to do it right. They're not doing two quarterbacks. They're not, setting ideal lineups. This is like our normal fantasy setup is full Superflex, IDP, all that. And so this is fine for us. So yeah, that's what we got over here. Let's start with the QBs. Name any two QBs you want this week, and we'll make it happen.
Oh boy. I love Kyler. Obviously, he's maybe my favorite play. What's the difference between Kyler and Tannehill?
So Kyler is way more expensive in Superflex. Not shocking. He's 92 over here. Tannehill's 84. Hurts is 82. Stafford's 8,000. Ryan 7,900. What else is good down here? Jameis is 7,000 over here. Yeah, totally different pricing over here. But you know how that works over here. We can find the deals. Like there's other stuff that'll cost less. Like James Robinson is hundreds less over here, amongst others.
Okay, so yeah, let's spend up for at least one of the quarterbacks. I'm good with Kyler.
Yep, let's just throw him in there. And who do we want for the other quarterback? Do we want to try and save a little bit on the other guy?
Yeah. Who's the lowest? Like, what's Mac Jones cost over here? I'm curious because he was 4,400 in DraftKings.
So Zach Wilson 66, Jared Goff 66, Andy Dalton 65, Mac Jones 62.
That's still not really low enough.
No. It is not. Let's just go up from there to the first good one we see. Not Wentz, not Wilson. Darnold, 66.
I like Darnold. Yeah.
Yeah, Jets worst, one of the worst passing defenses on the planet.
Yep. Yeah, I like it a lot. Poor Jets, man. I was really rooting for Carl Lawson. Thought he was going to be huge. I mean, he was going to be huge there. No, there's no thinking about it. He was going to ball out. And then they lose him. Torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Awful.
So that gives us about 7,400 a pop now. If we save a little more at tight end, we'll be really sitting pretty. What do we got at tight end? Logan Thomas, 56. Tanyan, 54. Ebron Cook, 52. Where's Janu? 49.
I like that a lot.
I like that a lot. You want to just do that?
Where was Pitts at?
I think he's more pricey. Yeah, he's 60,
Okay, yeah.
He's 6,000 over here.
Oh, then yeah. Let's. Jonu's what?
Jonu is 49.
Yeah, that's good for me.
1,100 less. If we put that in, that moves us up to almost 8,000 a player. That's really good. I like that. Okay, so we'll go Jonu, Darnold, Murray. Switch over to running back. If we can save on like one running back, I think we'll have money for everyone. Let's just see if he's the same over here. Robinson, 5,900. You want to just do that?
Yep.
Okay, and that would give us, 8,400 a player going forward.
Wow, that's wild. So I guess they just never updated the pricing for Robinson after the Etienne injury.
Nope, they did not. So second running back, who are you feeling? So I don't think we can do McCaffrey because he's 1,000 more than Cook.
Yeah, right.
But we could do Kamara. We could maybe fit Cook. We could do Henry for sure. Henry's 89. Taylor's only 79. Gibson 7 over here. CEH 6,800. Chris Carson 67. Najee 65.
That's not bad.
Swift is 64. Murderer Swift 64. Gaskin 6. Damian Harris 58. Javonte Williams MG3. We don't want to touch that matchup. It gets crappy after that.
Trey Sermon 5,200. Sony Michel 5,200. Those are okay.
Yeah, we can do better. What about? I would say Najee or Swift or Sanders even at 66. Like,
yeah, it's not bad right there either.
Yeah, it's the Falcons defense, not the not the 85 Bears.
Right. All right, so let's go. Let's plug in Sanders, and if we have to, if we need to save 100 to 200, we can plug in Najee or DeAndre.
Yeah. Okay. So that moves us up to $9,000 for 2 wide receivers and a flex.
And also, it's good for Sanders. Like guys like Sanders, people do not like Sanders, but Sanders is good. He's gonna have another large role this year.
Yeah. Especially this game, he'll be fine.
He'll have his games exactly.
So we can afford any 2 receivers you want here and have a ton left over for flex. Any 2 receivers.
All right. So I guess we got to go back to Devontae Adams. Might as well.
Yep. And then
it'd be someone like Diggs or Calvin.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, Diggs at 7,900.
That would allow us to upgrade some other stuff. You want to do that?
Diggs.
Yeah. I feel a little better about Calvin this week, to be honest.
Let's go Calvin then.
Yeah, let's go Calvin. The Steelers do occasionally have a defense.
Yeah, that's cool with me. I like Calvin. He's going to ball out. He was great last year too.
That leaves us 10,001. So we could do Cook easily there, Henry there, Kamara there. If we did Kamara, Kels, Hill, someone like that, we could upgrade some other stuff. Hopkins could go in there easily. Justin Jefferson, Diggs could go in there. We could put Diggs in there and upgrade the hell out of some other stuff. Maybe even Jonu or Darnold. Fix them.
That'd be pretty tight. Let's do that. Let's put Diggs in there.
All right, so that
79. That's way too cheap for Diggs. 7,900.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. They screwed up. So that leaves us 2,200 over extra. So, what's more important? You think? Do you want to fix the second quarterback or the tight end?
So what we got? 2,200 remaining.
Yeah. So let's just see what it looks like on each one.
Yeah, right.
So at tight end, that would give us Kittle precisely, I think. Hold on. Yeah, that would give us Kittle precisely. Or, what was that, Jonnu we had in there? Okay, so go Jonnu back. Or if we shake hand Darnold, that would give us 8,800, which would be at quarterback. Rodgers, exactly.
And we have Devontae Adams out there as well for the double boners.
Oh, I'd rather go Rodgers for sure.
Yeah, Kyler and Rodgers, that's pretty sick. Let's do that.
Yeah, because Jonnu could still have a really good game too. Remember the Patriots when they had those 2 tight end sets back in the day? Like they crushed people with that stuff. And I mean, look at the lineup that gives us. So Kyler and Rodgers is our quarterbacks. Jonnu at tight end, which is fine. James Robinson, that's chalk, that's beautiful. Miles Sanders in a really nice matchup. Devontae Adams, money in the bank. Calvin Ridley, money in the bank. Stephon Diggs, money in the bank.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Nice. All right, so we got that locked in. Here's my millionaire over here. I got Broncos D, Adams in the flex. Kelsey I fit in at tight end. Keenan Allen, Juice Landry. Gage is dirt cheap over here. Mostert, Robinson, and Matt Ryan.
I like it. I love Russell Gage this year.
Oh, dude, me too. He's cheap everywhere, and with everyone on Ridley's nuts, he's gonna have a fine season. Yeah.
Same with like Antonio Brown was cheap everywhere. I got so much AB. I got so much Russell Gage. I got so much Marvin Jones this year. Those guys were just the best values.
Yeah, really good values. So yeah, okay. So we got that.
Kicker contest.
Yeah, so let's do kicker contest.
Kicker contest.
Alrighty. So we got our kickers. Let's start in tier A. Oh, yeah, this is hard. Greatest matchup on the planet, Younghoe Koo or any of these other schmucks?
Yeah, and let's be honest, we're always picking Younghoe no matter what. Makes no difference.
It does get a little more difficult over here because we could either go Gay or get Rodrigo.
Oh boy,
I kind of want to go Gay, to be honest with you, because that gives us some Sunday night rooting interest, and I think the Rams are just going to murder him, whereas Indy may not do that to Seattle.
Yeah, I'm 100% there with you. Let's go Gay. I'm going Gay in quite a few places.
Yeah, personally, professionally.
Sure.
Yeah, same.
Sure. Yeah. All the above.
Yep. Things start getting a little weird in tier C. We've got a guy on IR we're not touching. We got Dustin Hopkins, Washington, Boswell, Pittsburgh. We don't like Pittsburgh people around here. We're all set with that. Sam Ficken, Tennessee. That could be interesting. That's a bit of a shootout. And the other guy's on IR at the moment.
So yeah, Ficken, he's new to the scene.
He is.
And what my favorite thing about him is he's one letter away from just having the best last name of all time.
Yes, and that is the type of thing that we look at in this contest.
Yeah, so that's big for me. So I think he's got to go into our lineup.
I think so. I think, yes, having almost a swear last name is super important for this. So let's go Ficken. And then tier D, we've got Cairo Santos, Chicago, Tristan Volzolcano, Chargers, Rosas, New Orleans. Ooh, Rosas, New Orleans, because the other guy's on IR, I think. Look at this guy. Remember him? Remember Rosas, the stupid small face last year? Oh
yeah, I don't like looking at him.
Yeah, look at his shrunken, shriveled, stupid face.
He does look real dumb. No one's looking that guy. No one's looking that guy in the eye. Everyone's looking at the floor when you're talking to this guy. It's like, get this guy out of here. What's wrong with his face?
What a weird fucking guy. Jesus.
But he's going into our lineup.
He is, I think so, because Will Lutz is dealing with an abdomen issue, and Rosas will serve as the emergency kicker on the practice squad.
Yeah, and also he's going to build the morale of all the other kickers we have in the lineup because they're not going to look as dumb as this guy.
This is true. Should we actually make sure he's going to play, or do we just want to throw this in there? I don't care, to be honest.
He's going to play, right?
Yeah, let's just double check. Aldrich Rosas news. That's 3 weeks ago. That's not going to help.
What are some of the other options around there?
So Seibert, Detroit, nah.
No.
Chase McLaughlin, Cleveland. What's going on with that? McLaughlin will be the team's place kicker week 1 against the Chiefs. He outkicked Cody Parkey in training camp, but was not declared the de facto kicker until Monday. But it does say he will play against the Chiefs week 1.
But it sounds like he could potentially be on a short leash.
Yeah.
If they didn't really come out and say he was a starter until Monday.
We've got the New England kicker here. Maybe. Is this Norton made the team's blah, blah, blah. Nick Folk is on the practice squad. So this looks like the new Patriots kicker here.
Oh, then that's the one.
I think you might be right. Yeah. Let's go with that. Quinn Norton. Is there anything, what's interesting about him? I mean, he's beautiful. Look at him.
He's hot. He belongs on the Pats. They have a history of getting hot players, so you love to see them carry on this tradition.
Yeah, I mean, just the facial hair, the smile. Yeah, these are all super important things. Measurables.
Yeah, he's good looking.
Yep. Done. Quinn Norton. All right. And Superflex. Who do we think is going to score the most points this week? I did Kyler, my initial attempt at this, but I am open to suggestions.
Yeah, it would have to be Kyler for me. I mean, Mahomes just has too tough of a matchup.
Yeah. Could be Cook, could be Adams, but I mean,
the rushing.
The quarterback's the safe play with these always. So
right.
Yeah, let's go Kyler. Okay. So let's do it. We got Younghoe, our boy. We're going gay everywhere in life. We got Sam fucking Quinn Norton and Kyler Murray.
Yeah, it's hot. That's how we do it, y'all.
And we've got a surprise for all the listeners tonight. There's a new contest in town. Ooh. This is the bad quarterback contest, which is excellent. So you get reverse points. The worse they do, the better you do.
Hell yeah. This is perfect for us. We love this.
It really is. So reverse everything in your brain. And it starts, the tiers are also opposite. So all the shitty guys are in tier 1, all the good guys are in tier 6. So let's start at the crappiest. Who do we think is going to do the worst out of these guys this week? Daniel Jones, Andy Dalton, Jared Goff, Teddy Bridgewater, Mac Jones. My initial thought would be Dalton, Goff, or Jones. Daniel, not Mac.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree. I kind of like Mac a little bit. Yeah, man. And do they get any points for like getting pulled? Is that a thing?
Well, non-playing time is important because if they put up positive anything, it counts against us. If they throw picks, get sacked, fumble, it counts for us.
Okay, so yeah, Andy Dalton's a great play. I mean,
yeah, I agree. Yeah, the Rams defense should clap his cheeks pretty good.
Yep.
Jared Goff against that healthy San Fran team, like that's a bloodbath waiting to happen too.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care.
Daniel Jones, I mean, we could see him maybe doing some things with it. He can sneaky be okay for fantasy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think those are our options. I think, I go Andy Dalton. I think you got it.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. And that gives us more Sunday night rooting interest also, which is always nice.
Yeah. And it's always fun to root for the guy behind Andy Dalton, It'll be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
speed that up.
All right. So our worst guy this week is Andy Dalton. Moving on to tier 2, we've got Sam Darnold, who will be fine. I don't know why he's here. Tyrod, who's an option. Carson Wentz, who's probably an option. Tua, who might be okay. Zach Wilson, who could be an option as well.
Man.
Tyrod's a bet though, so I don't want to bet on him.
And it's Jacksonville. They're gonna get
some points. Yeah.
Yes. So who has the potential for turnovers and stuff?
Zach Wilson against a legit defense his first time out might be excellent.
Yeah, that would be okay. I'd be fine with that. We probably need to get a rookie in here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, gotta take advantage of that crap in your pants scared thing. Yeah, perfect. All right, so our tier 2 quarterback is Zach Wilson. Moving to tier 3. Hey, love
There
it.
you go.
We could use that. Things get a little more interesting here. So we got Jameis, who he is capable of doing stuff like this, but he could also, throw up 4 touchdowns, 400 yards, and we don't want that.
Right, correct.
Jimmy G, no, too easy a matchup. Fitzpatrick, man, this is tough. Baker or Cousins, these are all tough.
Probably, boy.
Who's got the hardest matchup? Probably Fitzpatrick or
Jameis. I mean, that's not a cake matchup. I mean, the secondary's pretty solid there. They got some ball hawks. And then I like that. I like the line too with Zadarius Smith and Kenny Clark, and Rashawn Gary's apparently taking another step. Yeah, I mean, just Jameis Winston, dude. He's like, I feel like you can't put together one of these lineups without putting the king of interceptions in there, man. Mr. 30 for 30 himself.
This is true. Yep. Let's do it. No guts, no glory. We're going Jameis. All right, now things get a little more interesting, although I know who I want to put in here, one of these two. So tier 4 is Matt Stafford, who will clearly not be on this list. Matt Ryan, who has a great matchup, will not be on this list. Ben Roethlisberger, who could easily crap the bed because he's terrible. Joe Burrow, I think he could, but he'll probably be fine. Or Trevor. I mean, it is a Houston defense, but he's also a rookie. I'd go Roethlisberger or Trevor Lawrence, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Burrow's interesting just because he may not trust his knee yet. I mean, they didn't look great.
That's a good point too, right? He might have the Jimmy legs. They may not have the ball all that much if Cook has a game.
Yeah, it's a good call there with the Jimmy leg thing. Yeah, I mean, Burrow just doesn't seem like he belongs up there. Right, there's just a lot of. I feel kind of good about Trevor Lawrence. Again, I love Marvin Jones and Chenault, and they got some playmakers that can make things happen. And so do the Bengals, but
yeah, but one has Houston and one has Minnesota. Houston's not legit. Minnesota is legit. So
yeah, Minnesota's still solid, right? They're not as good as they used to be, a few years ago. But yeah, they got Hunter back, so
there's no offensive line there. They got Hunter back. I think that's our answer.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, we're going Burrow, tier 4. All right, tier 5. Oh boy, tier 5: Jalen Hurts, Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, Ryan Tannehill. It's definitely not Tannehill.
Right.
I mean, Wilson could have one of his crappy not cooked games. Herbert's got the toughest matchup.
Yeah, I feel like Herbert might be Herbert right there.
Yeah,
a lot of people are going to be, all in on Herbert this year. But that's about as tough as it gets for week 1.
Yeah, right. At Washington. Washington. Yeah.
And he's one of those guys that I don't think he will, but I mean, he's a prime regression candidate. I really like him, and the more I watch him, the more impressed I was with him. But that stuff happens. But but this is a tough week for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think in Washington we trust here. Let's do it.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, so that's tier 5, Justin Herbert. Tier 6, now we got a real toughie. Kyler, who we ain't touching with a 10-foot pole in this contest. Patrick Mahomes, that's my initial thought, to be honest with you. Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen here, because it's not going to be Rodgers against the depleted New Orleans secondary with a 800-year-old Cam Jordan. So it's got to be Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes has the toughest matchup this week, but it's also Patrick Mahomes, so that's the problem.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's crazy to say, but I think you're right, man. I think I'd go Mahomes as well. Yeah, it's tough there. That's 4 best. How do you sit one of those? But I'd go Mahomes.
Yeah, I think you're right. And a lot of other people aren't going to go Mahomes. So if we're right and they're wrong, that's difference. That's points for us and not for them.
Yeah, and he struggled in the playoffs. I mean, I know that's a different time of the year, but that defense got better. So,
yeah, much better. Pass rush improved, linebackers improved, secondary massively improved.
Yeah, getting John Johnson. They got who was the other guy they got?
The couple corners came back, and Delpit came back.
That's right. Yeah, so they're gonna be fun this year.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. New contest.
Done. Okay, so this is bad quarterbacks contest, reverse of everything you know about fantasy, and our bad quarterbacks are Andy Dalton, the worst this week, then Zach Wilson against a good Carolina defense, Jameis against New Orleans, Joe Burrow with a crappy offensive line and the Jimmy legs, Justin Herbert against a cheek-clapping Washington team, and Mahomes against a new and improved Cleveland defense.
Yep, I love it.
Beautiful.
That's fun. That's fun.
That is
like
fun.
That.
I think we're going to enjoy that going forward.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, well, Johnny, this was a very successful first week. Glad to be back. Again, a little rusty. That's okay. We will continue to improve and be one of the biggest and best podcasts out there.
We're gonna make it. This is gonna be our career.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna make so much money doing this, dude. We're going to be celebs, man. We're going to be true celebs. It's going to be crazy.
I just want to be verified and important on fantasy Twitter. If that doesn't happen for me, I'm never going to find true happiness.
Yeah, you won't. You definitely won't, man. And, make sure your ratio is looking good. Unfollow. I suggest unfollowing a lot of people this time of the year.
Yep.
But yeah, make sure the ratio is doing good. You need to engagement farm. You need to get in the retweet groups. You got to network, guys. You got to network and get out there and make something of yourself. Don't be a loser.
Yeah.
Don't be a loser in this thing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, writing about corners and IDP and clearing 250,000 clicks. That's child's play. So
yeah,
we need more.
Yeah. Total peasant move right there.
Yep.
All right, so Johnny, anything to plug? You just mentioned the Corners article that drops once a week. Also, you're still doing the Monster this year, right?
Yeah. Just everyone likes it. It helps me too because it forces me to look at everything. And by the time playoffs roll around, locked in, ready to go, ready to win that money. So yep, that'll be back on Thursday. Corners Friday. We'll be doing this every week, every other week, something like that.
Yeah, we'll see. Probably every other week for sure. But we may get bored and want to, meet back up and do a sode or something. So, it's gonna be casual. It's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be all year long, and hopefully we can make everyone some money.
Yeah, hey, we had some really solid weeks last year. So, that's the idea. Just once again, this is very similar to the idea behind the Corners article where a lot of people just do their DFS lineups in 5 minutes and toss them in. Like we're taking an hour and a half to think about this and look at it and work on it and reason it out. Same thing with the corners, right? So that gives us a better chance than anyone else because we're actually taking our time and looking at it.
It's a very good point. A lot of people will just cram in a lineup 100, an hour before everything locks, right? And they're basically throwing their money away because there's too many people that are good at this or using optimizers and all that stuff. People just if you don't know, how to do this stuff, you're gonna have a hard time making money. So that's kind of what this show is all about. Take you through our process, take you through the type of tournaments we are targeting, and you just kind of see how we build the lineup. That's what it's all about here.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, listening.
Yep. We can't wait to see you guys next week. Everyone enjoy the first week of football. Awesome game tonight. Johnny, sorry about your Cowboys, but man, it's great to have football back.
Yeah. Yep. Another year.
Okay. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Be sure to follow Johnny at OrangeMan3142 and follow Adam at AdamIDP and send him DMs of your winning lineups, baby.